What's up, guys? It's your boy Black Rue back with another video. What's up, Black Rue crew? But before I get started, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black Rue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
All right, what is up, guys? Let me start this on Rockfin right quick. Boom. Got it started over there. 27 trillion coming to Bitcoin. Not really quick clickbait. Don't overlook this. Also, not clickbait. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. Couple things get out of the way. What's up, Leonard? What is up, Heavy Productions? Couple things get out of the way right quick. What's up, HBCU Maker? What's going on? Appreciate it. Why take on the crypto world alone when you can? Well, if you're going to step your game up, guys, you can apply for the Patreon. Less than a cup of coffee for a weekly watch list. But if you can't afford the Patreon, you can always do a super chat, or you can just join the Telegram, which is completely free. Leonard's in the Telegram. You can see him here sharing some really great information. Why take on the crypto world by yourself, and you can have other people, take it on with you. When I can't answer questions, people in the Telegram answer questions, and it's just a really good community. I know you're probably tired of talking to crypto, to all your friends who are like really skeptical, right? It's just an open area where you can talk crypto and, have a safe place to do that, right? Shout out to all you guys who are in the Telegram. So let's get into it here. And as always, what's up, Cryptwork? If you guys have any questions, just put them in the side here and we'll get to those. Here's the major thing that we're looking at. This is from the Bitcoin Therapist. 27 trillion is coming to Bitcoin. Now, I believe he's putting together all the assets that these people have under their control. So not all of that money is coming into Bitcoin, but a portion is. And he lists the activity of who is doing what and where is it going, right? So BlackRock got almost 10 trillion under assets control, right? Bitcoin Spot ETF partner Coinbase. Fidelity, Bitcoin and Ether. And by the way, I heard something about BlackRock not too long ago. Like almost every application they've applied for has been granted. Like it's something like 350 to like one. Like one didn't get granted because they didn't want to report regularly. So every other one that they've applied for, they've been granted. And we all know why that is. BlackRock runs this, this house. All right. BlackRock runs America. Like no matter the president, people just happen to be, they just happen to elect a BlackRock person to kind of oversee the treasury. Weird, right? But here we go. Bitcoin and Ether trading custody, full stack crypto wealth management solutions on their actual own platform. JP Morgan Chase tokenized USD and Euro transfers via JPM coin. We know JP Morgan Chase is highly involved with Ethereum, so they don't need to do anything like outward with Ethereum. they're just, it seems like, making their own kind of stable coin, JPM coin, that's going to be somehow involved with tokenized USD and euros, right? On Onyx private blockchain platform, their own, because remember, they decided to leave R3 Cordia and go do their own thing, right? Morgan Stanley, access to 3 Bitcoin funds, partner Black Galaxy and NYDIG. I think that's how that spells. Goldman Sachs, OTC crypto trading, partner Galaxy. BNY Mellon holds transfer Bitcoin and Ether, partner Fireblocks. Invesco, Bitcoin ETF in Europe, applied for one here in the US, partner CoinShares and Galaxy. Bank of America Bitcoin futures trading. So all this time after panning crypto, they're saying it's the worst, blah 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 blah. Here they are with Bitcoin ETFs. These mega huge institutions applying for it. One thing not to overlook though is it seems like Ethereum is also kind of in the fold here with Fidelity. We see here Bitcoin and Ether trading and custody. Here, BY Mellon hold and transfer Bitcoin and Ether. You know how we think around here. We're not like maximalist on anything around here, right? So let's not overlook here that these companies are also doing something with Ether, right? And since Ether is not mineable now, there is a finite supply of Ether now. So we may also want to look at Ethereum. Okay. Another thing to not overlook is I think eventually too, these companies do come for Litecoin. It's going to be much cheaper for if you look at tokenization, which is BlackRock and JP Morgan have been on record saying that they want tokenization to come to America. Pardon the pun. So I think eventually they're going to want to do that tokenization with Litecoin because it's going to be much more expensive to use Bitcoin to do that. And I think Bitcoin will be just more of a store of value type deal, kind of like almost owning a house or gold. You're not going to really want to trade around or tokenize your gold, right? You're going to want to tokenize another asset. And I think eventually that might be something like Litecoin. So that'll be something to look at here. So even though all this money is flowing into Bitcoin, let's not overlook Ethereum and Litecoin here. So before I continue, let me look and see if there's any questions in the chat. Epic bull run, 2025 dollar cost averaging for the brothers and sisters that ain't here. 100% HBCU maker, and I think that's what it is. Like they're setting themselves up for that time. We've been over it a whole bunch on here, right? Where central banks are going to be able to buy crypto and put it on their ledgers as an asset, as if it was gold or silver. So they're setting themselves up for that right now. The institutional money, they're setting themselves up for that. So imagine how much these assets are really going to be worth and how much they're going to skyrocket when the central bank can hold 2% of it, like any central bank globally. And I like the information my guy Leonard put in the Telegram here. Whoops. If these funds allocate only 6%, they can purchase every single Bitcoin. Of course, not all the Bitcoin's mined. People are holding on to their Bitcoin. So I don't think this is something that they would do. I sincerely doubt that. I think they just buy a piece of it. Okay. Just like they do with other ETFs, right? It'll just be a percentage of their portfolio. Okay. So just keep that in mind. What's up, Crypt Work? What is up? Trying to make it. That Rome versus USA documentary episode was epic. Which one you talking about, Leonard? Let's see. Yeah, I thought JP Morgan had been building on their own blockchain in the background. Um, yes, JP Morgan funds Consensus, and Consensus funds Ethereum. Okay. So, yes, they have been silently the people behind Ethereum for quite a while now. Okay. So, what's going to happen here? Um, and by the way, their their blockchain Quorum, I think it's called, they sold that to, or actually they gifted it to Ethereum, right? So what does that tell you? We can go just look at that. So right quick, I think Quorum, JP Morgan, I think I'm spelling that wrong, gifted to Ethereum. And let me close the Telegram right quick. I think we got all we needed from there. By the way, if you're looking to join the Telegram, I don't think I put the link in the description. Just let me know if you guys are looking to join the Telegram. The link should be in any other description of any other video. Like, check out my last video. It's definitely in that description. So sorry, I don't think I put it in the description this time. But you know what I can do? I can put it in the comments. Okay, if anybody needs it, just let me know and I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so yeah, Quorum platform acquired by startup Consensus. No, they gifted it to them. Okay, see, there it is. JP Morgan confirms Quorum blockchain transfer to Consensus. They gave it to them. So yeah, JP Morgan sells Quorum to Consensus. No, they like basically gave it to them. See, all this like kind of misinformation here. Like they bought it. That's not what happened. They gave it to them. And just in case you haven't seen it before, Ethereum or APM runs Consensus. And you'll get some articles that say like, oh, it seems like JP Morgan has key technology from Consensus or something, or owns the rights to key technology to Consensus. They don't come out right and say it, but there it is. Consensus lawsuit reveals JP Morgan owns critical Ethereum infrastructure. So they're the people behind Ethereum. And I need to say this because one day I might not be able to access that. You know what I mean? Like one day they might just get rid of that. What's up, Courtney Johnson? Got you. Fallen Empires, Rome versus the USA. Yep, got you. Got you. Yeah, yeah. Currencies only last for a certain amount of time, and they say that Rome has fallen, but a lot of the families that ran Rome actually still run the world today. We just really don't hear that much about them. Look up the Orsini family. The Orsini family. They're basically like, just look them up. Look them up. I don't want to get too deep into it on here. Get my junk. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it on here. But yeah, um, yeah. So moving on to the next part here. So when could we expect something to pop off? Y'all know from the last video we talked about August 15th, and there's a reason for that. So go check that out. I can't remember what I named the video. I think I said, I think I know when the date is going to pop off. So check that video out. Um, but here in the near term, one of the things we might want to look out for is full moon is coming up here in like less than a week. But I think August is going to be pretty big. And see the last video for that. So yeah, July 3rd. Really, really close to Independence Day. This might be like kind of when everything, like some things pop off. Like how long is it going to take them to approve all these different ETFs and all of that? And of course, you know, they just tend to do stuff in line with like moon phases and solstices and stuff like that. It just happens, and eclipses. It just happens every time like that. And there's a reason for that, but we won't get into that too much. So yeah. Is Fed now using XRP technology at the beginning of the month? What's your play? Fed now is actually trying to use their own technology. Um, and nobody really wants, that's why nobody really wants to use Fed now. Um, yeah, so Fed now is trying to kind of reinvent the wheel, but Ripple's technology has been the best for a while now. Um, so yeah, that's why I think a lot of BRICS nations are going with Ripple. They probably have a lot of things in place with Ripple. Let's see here. So yeah, so yeah, Fed. That's a good point though, Leonard. That Fed Now technology is coming online in July. So yeah, Fed Now is coming online in July too. So good call, good call, brother. So they won't have to do no checks on these companies, just approve it, and then it's open season. Well, I think this has always been the play, like especially when like BlackRock started changing its tune on crypto. If you look at some of the videos, like there's one video where all of a sudden, like Larry Fink has just changed his mind about crypto, and let me try to speak carefully here. It looks like Larry it looks like Larry Fink just like had his mind changed. Put it that way. Like it didn't look like he knew in the moment exactly what he was talking about, but the decision had been made to do what he was talking about, if that makes sense. Um, you can see here, we've shown it to you guys before, and this is from like I think 2022. Both JPM and BlackRock have said, "Hey, we want tokenization to come to the U.S. It needs to come to the U.S. before it's too late." And tokenization is a term and a want that's pushed by the people in Davos, if you know what I mean. You know that group. So um, they want to bring about this, so it's probably going to happen, right? So you can see here, this was in June 11, 2022. They're talking about bringing tokenized dollars of tokenized assets to DeFi. So And we've been talking about that junk since then, right? The writing was on the wall that these people were actually in crypto when they were downing it, right? Writing on the wall was there then, and then they tried to make the distinction. Oh no, not crypto, blockchain, and then now all of a sudden they're applying for Bitcoin ETFs, right? So yeah, I think particularly like we just talked about who BlackRock is, their position in the U.S. Treasury. BlackRock, I think, will get this without a doubt. Again, they're like 350 to like one in approval on these type of things. So yeah, they're probably going to get it. Other companies, will they get it as fast? JP Morgan, yeah, probably, because BlackRock and JP Morgan are tied at the hip. Fidelity, made all of these people running the same packs. Hence, like, we come over here and look at this private blockchain that JP Morgan left, R3 Cordia. What you'll notice is like three of those banks, three of those institutions are in this group. They're in this group with this private blockchain. So it's like they've been on a crypto tip. They've been on a blockchain tip. Um, go down here. So here we go. Like Goldman Sachs here, HSBC, Morgan Stanley. Um, yeah, they're like here, right? And when you look at it, I have like an article. I think it's like 2017 where JPM decided to leave R3 Cordia. So this has been in the works really for like 6 years, if you look at it. To be completely honest. But yeah, these are the same companies we see, right? Come on. Here, same ones. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, same ones. Now, the question is, and we have to really watch out for this. Does this start the bull run 10 months early, 8 months early, 6 months early? We really have to be prepared for that. Um, Again, one of the things I've shown you guys before on the chart here is that I think we have that one more leg, that one more push up. Maybe a lot of people may think like, okay, this is it. Bitcoin's gonna, supercharge. It's going to $1 million by like tomorrow, right? But we really have to like keep our cool and see if it's something like, okay, do we want to take short-term profits on, or do we just want to wait, or whatever, right? Um, but I really do think we have one more push up before we head down a little bit, and who knows what happens. But there's a possibility that we have to. I don't know why this is taking so long. There's a possibility we truly have to look out for, in that maybe, possibly, opinion, right? Not financial advice. This might kick things off a little bit earlier. Man, alive. It's taking quite a while right there. Let me close a few of these things here. Okay, almost. There we go. That's how grand, at least. Come on, Bitcoin. I promise, like, my internet should be better than this, y'all. Okay. All right. So it's not going to show me. Let me go keep looking for questions while that's loading. What's up, Casper Holstein? Patron in the house. Well, what are the potential pros versus cons for these institutions if they start the bull run now? That's a good question. Well, I think that would be one way to look at it, but I think the biggest way of looking at it, what's good be like water. So, homie, one good way of looking at it is that they're getting like a control measure in place for when the central banks can actually purchase this in 2025. That's the thing that that's the thing I think is most important to look at. Um, they're getting their whole little ETFs in place so they can play like games to kind of control where Bitcoin's headed, where ETH is headed, because they can play little manipulation games with it, and have people buy it instead of the actual underlying asset. To be honest, because certain people will still say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. I'm just going to buy the proven asset, the ETF from BlackRock, because BlackRock's highly regulated, and yada 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 yada, right? And I'm sure BlackRock will be very cool with that, because then they will not own the underlying asset. And it's just another way to keep people, my opinion, another way to keep people from actually owning Bitcoin. So that's my opinion on that. But let's take a look at Bitcoin now. This has finally come up, and now, okay, great. We don't have to wait 5 minutes for Bitcoin to come back up. Okay, so when we're looking at this, it's always good to look at precedent, right? So let's get rid of that too. Let's zoom out quite a bit. So precedent takes us, okay, let's go back right before the last halving. Right before the last halving, bam, we're right here. Because the last halving was May 20th. So we're right here in 2019. Okay. Um, so you see those two humps right there. That's very kind of eerily similar to these two humps right here. So maybe we have something that resembles something like this, right? And then it comes back down to earth. Okay. Um, I don't think we completely done it already, even though we got to 31 and that's the highest we've been all year. I still think maybe 35, 36 is something we're going to get to if we're going to get something that resembles something like this. But the question is, do we go beyond that? And I think a lot's going to have to do with what's coming up in August, what happens with the BRICS Nation people. That's really going to determine, all right, do we keep going and we're like pop on and popping like 9 months or 8 months before everybody thought it was going to happen? Or do we head back down at some point and we wait to see what's going to happen after the halving? One thing to note, the halving before this Remember, it took like about 9 months to happen. The halving after this took, well, you could almost say actually that this took way longer than 9 months. Let's see. May 16th, all the way to September 17th. So it really took, well, do you want to count? Well, we can count this. We can count this. So it took a year. Let's just say a year, right? For it to really kind of start moving. Whereas right here, there's the halving, took like 6 months. So this was 6 months faster. Then can we expect this to actually be to happen on the halving, right? This year coming up, this 4 years, or heck, can it happen even doubly faster and happen 6 months before the halving, which is now, basically, right? So we got to just keep our eyes peeled for all of those different options, right? Um, we're just working through all our options like a any person who's making a smart, educated guess. You don't just plan, you plan to fail, and you get all those options out of the way, or you plan for all possible outcomes, right? What do you think about all the forks of Bitcoin? Um, I don't really. I'm not really trying to dig on any of those forks of Bitcoin. Only Litecoin really, for me, does anything. Um, yeah, that's the only one I'm really concerned about at this point because I think Litecoin is a silver to Bitcoin's gold. Corium is built on Cosmos. It is built using the Cosmos SDK. Yes, it is. Um, yeah, I like Corium. I like Corium. It's gonna I connect things, and yeah, Corium's cool. Are you surprised? What's up, mainly music? Are you surprised H bar didn't skyrocket after that Chat GPT news? Aside from a short blip, where's their Chat GPT H bar news? I missed that. H bar Chat GPT. H bar is another little dark horse out there, especially considering how connected they are with the people at Davos. Um, I'm trying not to say. Um, so yeah, H bar is definitely like a dark horse out here. So either H bar Chat GPT or Hedera Chat GPT. Wow. Okay. Nice. They got the plugin going. Um, not too surprised. I know that ArcBlock has a plugin for Chat GPT as well. So not that's not too surprising. Um, Interesting. Yeah, you would think people would go more gaga over that though, for sure. Yeah, I really do. I really would think that people would go more gaga over that. Could some like kind soul put that in our Telegram? I think people would love to know that information. Actually, let me do that right quick. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, that is surprising. Mainly, I agree with you. That's surprising. But I do know uh, Art Block also did something like this already. So maybe people know that it's something that is not like it's not hard to do, but that other people have done it already. Um, of course, it could be like a little delay reaction type of deal too. Boom. Okay, now let me close that. But yeah, you guys know around here, very high on Hedera. Very high on Hedera around here. I wouldn't be selling. Well, my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not selling all my Bitcoin ever. For me personally, I'm really waiting for 2025. Um, no, I do not know about X BTC X on a XR XDC blockchain. I know that XDC does stuff with trade finance, and I also know that XDC is the settlement coin for this R3 Cordia. But that seems like to me like a trade finance or like a wrapped Bitcoin type of deal. Um, and that's cool. I'm high on XDC as well. What's up, L. Rice Senior? Been a bit. What about Quant? You know we like Quant around here, bro. We like Quant around here. Uh, how does game theory play into the bull run timeliness? I think you're right, Rue. 6 to 3 months before the halving. Um, BRICS, the elections, the world adoption will promote a premature bull market. Yeah, it's just something to look at, HBCU maker, like just to keep our head on the swivel. Like it always seems to happen like sooner than we think. Like I remember back right about here um in 2020, people were thinking they had more time because the time before, the having before that didn't go down that way, right? So they were thinking they had more time. Then all of a sudden, boom. So I expect it to repeat itself and be faster, which is why all these companies are trying to get themselves in position right now, right? Um, I don't think that's a coincidence. Um, so it's just something to think about. Like, but people here, they honestly thought that things were going to play out kind of like this. They thought, okay, we got a year, we got a whole year to kind of wait. And then it just popped off on them. And they were like, whoa. So based off the precedent here, we're probably going to see an accelerated timeline. Now, the thing to think about though, is it only 6 months faster, like kind of what happened here, or could it be an actual year faster? Now, 6 months faster would put us actually on the halving itself. Um, 6 more months faster. Actually, I guess that would be a miscalculation. It's just 6 more months will put us on the halving itself. Um, 6 months before that would go like January time, right? So, so that's something to think about. Hell, yeah, yeah. So just something to think about. But oh man, maybe 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 even 18 months faster or whatever. Like now, but just something to be aware of. Oh, I'm behind on these comments here. It went up to 6 cents, crashed back down. I thought it might be big news. Yeah, and I think you told me that possibly Sony was looking at becoming a governance guy. Um, I think Hedera is putting itself really in line to do like as far as like these companies that are really big with like the CVCs and whatnot. It's really Hedera, X, XLM, XRP, and Algorand. Like all those ISO 20022 companies are really putting themselves in good line to be really nice. And of course, I think their coins will go up because it's one of their biggest assets. Like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they have this tool that's a really something they have a lot of be a valuable asset? Did you ever check out Divi? I did check out Divi, and I think it's a good coin. However, um, I'm trying to keep my portfolio around like 50 coins. I'm trying so hard, bro. But I'm in so much stuff right now. I'm trying to like keep it more like streamlined. Which is the best chat GPT to explore? Not sure about that question, all right, senior. Say that again. Like, which is the best coin connected to that? Or I don't know if there's a crypto that has more use cases than HBAR. Yep. They constantly have new projects on there. Yep. Yep, for sure. For sure. And they just have so much, as you know, they just have so many governance people that are like big governance people, worldwide big governance people. No, I just wanted to go to Hedera, not Hedera Dell. The fact that they have Dell, Google, Boeing, T-Mobile, like LG, like so much star power right there. And that's not even getting into like the ones that they have like Wipro. Wipro is like huge. India, they're huge here. Shinhan Bank, Korea. Like, man, I don't have to tell you this, but just for everyone listening, huge, huge guys. But it also means too that those people who are kind of like validators, these huge companies that are validators, they can wait around forever for this to kind of pop off, right? Um, it will pop off, but you know, they got so much money behind it, they can just wait around until until they want it to pop off. Oh yeah, I forgot all about IBM. IBM huge worldwide. But yeah, huge stuff there. Exactly. Exactly. Um, yeah, like not definitely like trying to hold it onto it for quite a while. I don't know if I'm going to play much games with Bitcoin. Like I might try to do that with other coins, like maybe get a quick flip and like sell and buy back in, but not with Bitcoin. I don't think I'll do that with that. Yeah, Kathy Wood's Bitcoin ETF will definitely help speed things up because she's so mainstream. Like Kathy is definitely connected in a way that's crazy, right? Um, guys, I used to do a show on Benzinga, right? And certain people would get really mad with her on there. Like Benzinga would interview other like analysts, right? And there was one analyst that was just hot mad with Kathy. I was like, wait, what's going on? Why? Like that's one of his people. He shouldn't be mad at another, analyst, but she definitely must have connections that make other analysts think like, hey, you're basically like cheating, bro. Not me. I'm not accusing the woman of cheating. Nobody sue me, bro. But it just seemed to me that this guy's angst was like maybe a little jealousy, but you know what I mean? So maybe it just seems to me like Kathy has all the right connections. Say it like that. Let me say it like that. When you buy Bitcoin cheap, it's great. That's right, for sure, 100%. And we've been on here with you the whole way. Like, definitely, like when people were saying like, "Oh, it's going to get lower with the whole FTX thing," I'm like, "Okay, buy now, DCA, right?" Like right now. um, and there's still people waiting for a lower, right? And if you just look at the chart, like if you bought when the whole FTX thing happened, you could have sold at any point and been like completely happy, even if it does go lower, right? Even if it goes lower than what happened with the whole FTX thing, which was like 15 or 18K, right? You could have sold right now if you really, really, really think it would have is going to go lower. You could have sold right now if you bought then, right? So yeah, man. It's like inverse Kramer all the time. Like whenever you hear like the news say like the mainstream news or the main talking point is it's gonna go lower. Okay, I'm gonna buy. What's up, Kareem Thomas? Just the software in general. Okay. Let me go. Okay, which is the best chat GPT software to explore? Um, well, it's just chat GPT to me, like, okay, it makes things a lot easier. And I don't know if you guys have used it, but it does really make things a lot easier. But to me, really, what chat GPT seems like to me is we're testing out AIs. Like, they've done all the testing that they wanted to do. Now they just released it in a while to us so we can even further test it and further like give it input and data, right? So we're just building this brain right now. That's all we're doing. We're just giving Chat GP a bigger brain right now. What's the best way we can expose ourselves to that? I'm really, I think crypto is a lot of the best ways you can expose yourself to AI in general. And the metaverse, I think, is another way that you can expose yourself to AI in general. I think the metaverse is going to be a really big application for AI because I think they're going to try to market AI pals or AI. relationships. So the metaverse would be the best exposure in my mind to AI, but also AI virtual assistants. And you have different coins for that. Um, Shout out to the patrons. I've given you guys coins about AI coins that are exposed to just that. I think those are the best exposures right now. But of course, you could just go with a generic sandbox, right? The sandbox, right? We know all the different companies that are in the sandbox, but I have given you guys specific um, AI cryptos in general. I haven't been following Leo X specifically, but their team was always cool to me. Like they were like my stuff, and they liked my video that I posted on them guys being on LCX. Um, I think it's going to take a while for those guys to get up and running. Um, so it's going to take a while for their whole platform to get up and running. But it seems like they're they did their what is it, IPO on LCX, so LCX can actually issue tokens, but also on top of that, they're rubbing shoulders with Davos people, so you got to think that they're going to have a bright future. But I haven't done any specific updates on looking at these guys. So I will have to add that to my docket. I have so many coins that I need to look at now. Um, where's my pen? Excuse me. I'm just gonna write that down. Okay. Little off topic with Kathy Woods Arc, since they'll get a Bitcoin spot ETF. Does that correlate to Arc's stock price probably going up? Arc K stock price going up. Um, well, I think everything will go up once Bitcoin starts going up. That's kind of what happened last bull run. The stock market went up like right in relation with it. Um, so I think yes, when Bitcoin starts really popping off, everything else is going to stop popping off. Like housing market, um, everything else is going to just start popping off. Um, so yes, but yes, yes is the answer to that question. But I was thinking about that today myself. But it's like, okay, do you really want to buy the stock when you could own the crypto coins? But if you want to have a diversified portfolio, um, sure, yeah, like go right ahead. Um, but it's something you have to weigh, and I'm not. I think my weighing on that. I think I'm going to lean more towards the crypto side, but we'll see. Nice, nice, mainly. That's cool. I didn't know you lived close to Kathy. That's cool, bro. That's real cool. Yeah, tell her to pump H bar, bro, so we can sell some bags. Yeah, tell her. Yeah, just hodl, just hodl, just hodl. I'm down 40% on Bitcoin, so can't sell anytime soon. Ah, man, that's ouch. Um, but that's okay. That's really okay to be honest with you, because look at Michael Saylor, right? He put out loans to buy Bitcoin at like 60K, right? But he's looking like a genius now because look at what inflation did, right? So the money you spent to buy the Bitcoin was worth it's worth way less now. And when the Bitcoin actually matures, like I think this bull run we see like 150, over 150. So you're going to be looking real good, even though you're down 40% now. You're going to be looking like real great. And just think about it. The money you spent to buy it then, like right now, it would be way less, worth way less. Right. So so that might sound, it might sound bad really right now, but of course I know you know this, but it might sound really bad right now, but it's gonna be it's gonna be great. Um, what looks best in terms of circulating supply and banking coins? I'm concerned about total supply versus circulating supply. Okay, okay, Leonard, I like that you brought that up because that leads me to a tip that we should say for everyone else. And okay, so let's look at this because a lot of people look at it in one way. Um, well, we'll get into it as soon as this pops up. Let me close some things here. I think it's because I'm streaming on Rockfin too, and I don't normally necessarily do that. Okay, so let's get into this. So sorry. I didn't know that disconnected. So it probably disconnected my Rockfin too. I don't know if it's still up or not. Whatever. We can just pick up where we left off. My bad, y'all. But yeah, what's the last thing you guys heard? Because that was kind of an important thing. I really want you guys all to understand that. For real, bro. But yeah, let's I'll go over it real quick. Again, hopefully that'll let me share though. Okay, so here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So what I was just getting at is the fully diluted market cap. I'm not sure how much of this you guys saw, so I'm just going to try to repeat it over again, but in a bridge manner. Some people look at like things like this where, okay, so see how it says 826 million. If this was fully diluted, if like all of these were sold at $1.28, it would add up to like 5.5 billion. So one thing people look at and say like, okay, then they can dump on me right now because not all of this has been sold. But another way you can really look at it as is, okay, the people who are holding this are really like millionaires, billionaires, right? They don't really want to, this is not enough gain for them. So they're going to pump this before they sell. So you can look at that like an advantage. And one of the things that you can kind of use as a precedent, right, is a coin like Solana, where we know people like Chamath Palihapitiya were bragging. They kind of pumped and dumped on us. You could see with Solana, which now they don't have that like 5x times value to dilute. They've diluted most of it now. Wait for it to pop up. So market cap right now is $6.5 billion or 7 billion. Fully diluted is 9 billion. So they only have like 20% more to kind of dump here, right? And we can know they were really kind of patient because they didn't like dump this down to like, you know what I mean, like $5 or $2 or whatever, right? They let it get nice and fat before they dumped it, right? So that's something we can take advantage of with coins like Optimism, with coins like Sui. That, okay, maybe this is at a bottom point now, and I know these people are going to pump this thing, so I'm going to get in it now and kind of wait until I see them about to pump it. No, okay, it's pumping now. At some point, I'm just going to decide to get out of this. So in this example here, its market cap is at 429 million. Fully diluted market cap is 7.1 billion. So they got a whole bunch they can dump out on people, right? It's over like 15x of where the market cap is right now. So I don't know, like you can think maybe they're done dumping right now. Maybe you could try to invest in this now. Chances are maybe they're done, right? And this is the bottom point. They're gonna let it kind of saturate on. But yeah, there's two ways you can look at this as an advantage, or like, okay, they're gonna further dump on me, right? I hope that makes sense. Oh, is it still freezing? Did you get that part of it? Or are we still frozen? Are we good? Okay. So did you guys hear that part? Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. So I just or if that last part that I just said came through. So I think I'll just cut it right here. So sorry for the bad experience there. Um, I don't know. It's just clunky today. You guys can catch me tomorrow. Um, okay, good now. You know what? I'll just go over this tomorrow, actually. So we'll go over this tomorrow on the Gentleman of Crypto side. I'll just make sure the computer's like better tomorrow or whatever. I'll try to make sure it's better. Um, so yeah, guys, we'll just go over it tomorrow. Catch me at 6 o'clock ish on here, my channel, and the Gentleman of Crypto tomorrow, and we'll go over this tomorrow. So sorry, guys, for the bad experience. I appreciate you guys so much for continuing to stick around, even though I was off here. You guys are some real ones. Thank you guys so much. Catch you guys around the Telegram and whatnot. See you guys later. Have a good one, guys. Peace.